All right, welcome, race fans. We are back here after earlier race, but we're back here again tonight with the benefit race here for Scott Kolovic having open heart surgery. There is some money on the line here tonight for the guys. We do not know who's going to win it. The numbers will be randomly drawn by Scott's daughter later on in the race, so along about lap 70. She's going to be drawing the numbers, and at the end, she will come in here and announce who the winners are. So, no points to go over or anything. I do have a couple of people in the booth with me here tonight, Matt Johnson and Chris Legou. Am I saying that right?
We're going to call that close enough for tonight, Rudy.
Okay, all right. Well, I got these two guys in here. They're going to kind of help me because this is such a big track and a lot to cover. Chris is going to kind of cover the back part of the field, and Matt and I'll cover the front part of the field. So we'll try to keep you play-by-play here of what's going on. They're going to be doing 100 laps here at Talladega tonight, so it's going to be a long race, and there may be some people that may not survive it. So and they may come down to just a few trucks left. Who knows? Because we know there's going to be a big one sometime out there. We just don't know when it's going to happen. And when it does, more than likely, there's going to be a lot of people caught up in it, so because everybody's right on top of each other. Now, they do have, sometimes they do kind of drift back a little bit. And you'll see some guys maybe hang back 4, 5, 6 seconds back off of the front lead pack. And what I like to call it a buffer zone. I don't know, maybe people may have another name for it or whatever, but I call it like a little bit of a buffer zone there where it does kind of give them a chance to check up and avoid any wrecks up there in that front pack. Now, if they can get that second pack bunched up like the front pack is and stay together and just stay right in that 4, 5, 6 second bracket and not keep falling back. But in past races that I've watched, just letting you guys know, I've seen a lot of races, and I've seen sometimes guys can do it and sometimes they can't. They get a little impatient back there, and they want to try to pass each other. And when they get racing side by side, that causes them to not be as fast as that front pack, and they keep falling back. So let's just hope that doesn't happen tonight. So, man, I'm telling you what, I'm excited. 55 mile an hour down pit road for the speed, and I'm ready to go, guys. What do you think, Matt?
Well, for one, it's such a big field. Back to the dropping back deal. If you get back there and can't work your way back up, because even though it's a plate track, it's still difficult. It's not easy. You have to be careful with what you're doing.
That's exactly right. All right, we're coming down to a minute and a half left here before qualifying, so stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be heading to the national anthem here in about a minute, and we'll come back with qualifying underway for that. And man, we got some heavy hitters in here tonight, guys. I'm telling you, there's some heavy hitters in here. Justin Michael, I know he's very good. Scott Kolovic's actually going to be racing in here tonight. I talked to him earlier. He's going to try to do as much as he can. He says he knows that it's going to be tough on him. He's in a lot of pain, and they're telling him he may be in a lot of pain for like a whole year. They opened his chest cavity right up to do open heart surgery. So I know I had that very same operation done to me, only it was not for open heart surgery. It was for a collapsed lung. And they cut me from the center of my chest clear around under my arm. So I was laid wide open. So I know it takes a long time before you're not in pain. So I feel bad for him. I hope he does well in here tonight and enjoys himself and kind of take his mind off the pain a little bit. So, all right, folks, we're going to step away and play the national anthem. We'll be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous perilous flight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, we're back, folks. Qualifying is underway. What happened to my qualifying? Oh, there we go. Okay, it's back. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Sorry about that. Nobody's turned in a time yet. They're still trying to get around here for their outlaps. So we should be seeing some times come in here momentarily. But thank you all for joining us. Very much appreciated. Hey, BM. John, how you doing? Zachary Smith, hey, what's going on? Becky, hey, Becky Whitmer, hey, how you doing, Becky? Well, we're going to have a little fun with this tonight. It is, I'm streaming this for them for free. I do it just as a courtesy to our community here in iRacing. And I kind of classify it as good PR. Good for MaxSpeedTV to do this for free. So there we go. We got some times coming in now.
Yeah, I was about to say JR on the pole, but he immediately gets bumped there by the 117 of John. So.
Yep. John Woodruff. And there's Jimmy Crow takes it to the top of the leaderboard. I think we're going to have some pretty fast guys out here tonight. Don Stewart, third place. Actually, Don is kind of heading this up, putting it together here tonight for Scott. So it's kind of a cool thing. Don doing all the legwork there to get everything organized. I think that's Unruh. You got to see Unruh? I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Oh, there we go. JR to the top of the leaderboard now.
Edward there in second.
Now they get an extra lap here, actually 3 laps. One being the out lap and then 3 qualifying laps. So they probably run out of time maybe before they get around for the 4th time, but time is starting to run down here. We got about 1 minute and 20 left. Right now,
Jimmy Crow back up to the top of the board.
Yep.
That really don't surprise me. I've raced with him in plenty of posted plate races. Pretty good.
There you go. Jesse Unruh up to the top, beating Jimmy Crow. And Jimmy Crow's done. Looks like he has completed his final lap. So he'll be starting on the outside of the front row possibly. Oh, there we go. Edward Bray to the top. Man, things are changing. We still got Justin Michael. Some guys just now getting ready to go out.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to make it. A lot of them ain't going to make it.
No, they wouldn't make it from here. So Woodruff getting bumped down to 6th. Lee Staples, 3rd on the board. And you see who took the top spot, don't you? Don Stewart.
Yep, right back up top. Good job out of him as well. I've noticed I kept an eye on Scott's truck. He didn't roll out for qualifying. So I would imagine he's just trying to hang on and wait for the race.
Yep.
Which is smart there. You kind of save a little bit. But honestly, the best place for him right now is probably in that truck because he'll get his mind off of it.
That's what I'm
You know.
kind of thinking too. You know, I kind of all the pain that I went through in my back. You know, I actually used to listen to cassette tapes of somebody talking me through pain. So, and it helped a lot. It really took my mind off of it. All right, well, here we go. We're going to go down to the MaxSpeedTV starting grid. And Joel Guy, oh no, I'm sorry, I got that wrong, my bad. Mark McFadden takes the pole. And man, that was a last minute thing right there. Holy smokes. Last second, he laid down a qualifying lap, starting on the pole with a 54.520. Beating out Don Stewart. Don will start on the outside of the front row. Richard Brose in third. Edward Bray will be fourth. In row 3, Jesse Unruh in 5th, Lee Staples 6th. Row 4, Jimmy Crow in 7th, J.R. Johnson in 8th place. In row 5, John Woodruff in 9th, and Sean Powell 10th. Matt?
All right, you got Justin Michael there inside the 6th row in that 11th position, outside of Rob Haynes, starting 12th. Row 7, Gary Whitmire Jr. will start inside. Outside will be Dave in that 20 machine. Starting inside row number 8, Pat in that number 9 machine. Outside of him will be Michael Johnson in that 004 machine. Inside row number 9, Donald. And outside of him will be Jason in that 14 machine. Donald will be in that 25 as well. Starting in row 10, on the inside is Ivan in 72. Outside is Scott in that 69. Scott again didn't take time.
Right. Okay, I get the rest here. John Henderson starting 21st. Gary Whitmer in 22nd. Ben Gear 23rd. Kyle Kieselbach 24th. Joel Guy 25th. Kevin Nelson will start 26th. And rounding out the field, Chris Hogue, I think is how it's pronounced, Hogue, in 27th. All right.
All
very good.
right.
We get up to our pole sitter here, Mark McFadden. These guys getting ready to take off here.
All right. This is going to be a good one, Rudy.
Well, I'm kind of anxious to see how this is going to start out. If there is going to be some patience showed out there, because, you know, with the way these guys all are on top of each other, it's going to take a lot of patience and a lot of, you got to kick yourself now and then and say, no, I'm not going to put my nose in there. I'm going to back out just a little bit and I'm going to keep it safe here. How many guys are going to do that? You know, we all have the racer instinct in us. None of us want to do that. You know, and just to see if these guys, anybody's out here is going to show that initiative to do that, that remains to be seen. All right, pace car's about to head into pit road. We're going to get this thing underway here, guys.
Oh, a long way down through here, Rudy, for them to go.
It sure is, yes. Mark McFadden waiting for that green flag all the way through the tri-oval here.
Green.
And there we go. We're underway here at Talladega tonight. Get everybody caught up here and up the... Oh, wow. Don Stewart did not go. Something happened there to Don Stewart. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but Edward Bray, he took a look there to the outside for a second. It was like, whoa, almost got into the back of him. So he loses that position to Richard Brose already.
Brose running that inside line nice and clean, though, Rudy.
Yes, he
Doing a
is.
good job.
And, you know, if he stays right there, it's going to be very difficult for people to pass him, although they do have a line on the outside, but it hasn't really got formed up all that well yet. Once they get formed up, they'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll get formed up here. Just main things, take your time right now. Long race.
Yep. Richard Brose got a little bit of a lead there. Mark McFadden comes back on the inside, and wow, I don't even know who led that lap.
Yeah, that was pretty. I'll just say they were dead even.
Yeah, it was
I'm not even
Richard.
gonna try to call it.
Yeah, Richard Brose actually got credit. No, yeah, he actually got credit for leading that lap.
All right, everybody nice and orderly down the back straightaway, knock on wood here, but everybody kind of taking their time so far.
And that's what it's going to take to have a good, clean race. Now, we were talking before the race here, they do have three resets in here in case something drastic happens, that they do have 5 gimmies. They can go in and get a brand new car and truck and come back out here and be able to continue on. So now remember, about lap 70, Scott Stoddard is going to be drawing numbers, and we're not going to know what them numbers are until the end of the race. And she'll come in here and announce the numbers and who that person was and how much they win. So a lot on the line here tonight, some money, or a chance for some people to win some money. Doesn't necessarily mean the winner's going to, win any money unless the number one's drawn. If a number one drawn, then the winner will win some money. Richard Brose getting a big push, comes down the line in front of Mark McFadden.
Yeah, he got a big push all the way down the back straightaway and was able to get down the line. He did a nice job there.
Good job.
That's going to lead to the outside to the 78 machine. Mr. Don up there.
Jimmy
See if he
Crow.
can get shoved.
Jimmy Crow's in 7th. Hanging in there pretty good. Down there on the bottom. Riding along in behind Jesse Unruh. I think I'm saying that name right. If I'm not, I apologize, Jesse. I don't mean to butcher your name. Just trying to say it the way I see it. The way I was taught in school, you sound it out, right?
Yeah.
Unruh.
Best of your ability.
Well, if it ain't right, I apologize. J.R. Johnson in 9th place. Everybody's being pretty patient right now. I don't think there's anybody out there that's really wanting to try to make it 3 wide or anything like that. That doesn't mean we may not see it, though. Rob Haynes comes into the 9th place now after starting 12th. So a few of the guys are shuffling around.
Yeah, Donald got pushed out. Looked like he was going to lead that lap, and he did.
Yes, he did. He got back around Richard Brose there and retakes the lead. Nothing would make Don any happier than for him to win this tonight. And that may be the only thing that he might get out of it. He might not be in the money because we don't know who's going to get the money.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about this, Rudy. You don't know. So it's really we'll see, but you kind of can't really guess anything or know anything. That changes everything.
Sure. Well, we're riding along here with Lee Staples on the outside. You can see the outside line trying to move a little bit.
Yeah, they're trying. What I've seen earlier, Rudy, is they can get a good shove down the back straightaway. Seems to be where they can really make up their ground.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, he's trying to push Edward Bray to the lead, and he got a good run here down the backstretch. But into the corner, he backs off a little bit, and he's probably going to lose that momentum that he had. And Donald Stewart's going to pull back ahead. Really tight racing in here. I'll tell you what, these guys are really putting on a good show. Rose, Edward Bray.
Yeah, really impressive. This many trucks doing this good of a job.
Yeah, a little bit of a swing there. Down the backstretch, a big drag race. Don Stewart, Richard Brose. Again, Brose back to really pushing the daylights out of him, but Edward Bray on the high side, trying to get a lap led here, has not led a lap yet. Maybe he might do it this time. I don't know. It looks like he lost that momentum in the corner again. He was getting a push from Lee Staples, but you got to pretty much stay on the back bumper of him. Oh, and they're going to go 3 wide. Maybe. Nope, almost there.
thought better of it there, got back in line.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much a good idea right there. Joel Guy, let's go back and check on Joel Guy back here, 24th position. We got a few guys that are, they're barely hanging on to the end of the line here. Kevin Nelson, he is just barely hanging on to the end of the draft here. Everybody's still right in this pack, so we're talking about 1.8 seconds from the leader to 27th. That's how tight they are. 1.8 seconds. That's all it is. Edward Bray with the lead.
Yeah, Edward's got up here and trying to do something here to get the lead away from everybody and pull away and lead a lap here.
And he's going to do it, I do believe. Yes, he did.
Yeah,
he led that
lap.
Yep. Very good. Good job. Doing an amazing job right there.
And Rudy, I want to just shout out right now to the number 4 truck, Ben Gear. He started this race in 23rd, currently running 14th in that number 4 Dunkin' Donuts machine.
Yeah, that's an awesome looking truck. Ed used to have a truck just like that. Dunkin' Donuts. Who doesn't like Dunkin' Donuts, right? That's an awesome looking truck too. Yeah, he's moved up through the field quite nicely there. You know, that's the thing about super speedway racing, though, Chris, is, you know, we're going to see, as I always say, you can go from 0 to hero or hero to 0 in one lap. And I've even seen it happen in one corner.
Well, that's it right now. And Ben Gear in that number 4 machine at 14th right now has moved up 9 spots from the starting position. He is on a tear on that outside line, Rudy.
He sure is. All right, Sean Powell moving up through the field here quite nicely, too. Coming from 10th to 4th. Hanging right on the back of Lee Staples. Lee would like to get up there and lead a lap. He's got a good run here on the outside. He does have a little bit of a lead he had. But at the line, I don't think he's going to quite make it to the line. No, Edward Bray will lead that lap. So
yeah, Rudy, he did a good job there, but I want to point out Scott back here. He's actually fell in behind the 14, making ground on the high side, starting to work his way up there in that 69 machine.
Scott Kolovic?
10-4.
Yeah, he's doing all right. Now, Scott, he's a super speedway master, I'll tell you. And even though he's not in the best of condition right now, he's still showing he's got what it takes. I just wish him well and wish, you know, hope everything does come out good for him and that, you know, surgery does heal up nicely, and that's a surgery you'll never forget when you're opened up like that. Man, open heart surgery, golly.
And you know, to me, Rudy, it really speaks to the heart of the community as well as race. Like, we're racers. We might do it sim-wise, but at the end of the day, we are racers.
Oh, yeah.
If we've got a chance to get in here and do something, even if we're hurt, we're going to do it.
Yep. They're looking back on this pack here, Ed Bray, and he's getting passed up, man. There's a bunch of them going by. Back to the front. Lee Staples taking over the lead on the bottom. He got a huge pusher from Sean Powell.
Now, Sean gave a really big push there, got him out front. Now, Sean's trying to get up to the front here before they get around to the start-finish line, but I don't know. It's going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be real close.
Well, looks like Bray got it that time.
No, Lee Staples got it, yeah. I'll tell you what, he didn't beat Sean Powell by a whole lot right there. That was pretty close.
If that's any indication of the end of this thing, it's going to be a good one.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Don Stewart getting shuffled back to 5th. He got up there and led the first 4 laps of the race and has not been able to get back to the front since.
All right.
Now I got the hiccups.
That outside line with Sean Powell up there, they're trying to group back up and get another run at the front, but they're starting to fall back a little bit.
Yeah, he's got Rob Haynes behind him pushing, and I'm not too sure about those guys. Justin Michael now makes it up to the front. There's a very good racer. Patient, I think Patience is his middle name. That's Justin Patience Michael. He is a very good racer. I've known him for a long time. So watch for him coming down to the end of this thing. I'm trying to think of what the pit window would be here. I'm thinking it's around lap 43 to 45, right along in there.
Yeah, I think you're right with these trucks.
Yeah, about lap 43 to 45, right along in there. So we're about a little over a quarter of the way there now. So a long ways to go before the first pit window. That is, they are running 100% fuel, I do believe. You could check that in the info tab. I think they are, but Donald Sadusky into 12th after starting 17th. Ooh, a little switch in the lanes there. Was the number 133 of Jesse Unruh. Boy, he went right to the high side. He's seen an opening, because I'm going. You know, you get up there, it's like I always say, it's like, the old saying, the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, okay? Well, you think that outside line's moving like crazy, so you jump up there, and then all of a sudden it's not moving. It's like, it wasn't any faster than it was on the bottom, but you just gotta go with your gut on that, and see where it takes you. So 16 tucking up right in behind him, Jimmy Crow. Doing a good job. And they need a few more cars on that top side, I think, Matt, to make that top side work better.
Yeah, one or two more probably. Now they start to get a run down the back straightaway again. The long back straightaway seems to be where they're really able to do something.
Yeah. And it could be maybe a wind factor, maybe on the front stretch. Could be a headwind, and they have a little bit of a tailwind on the back stretch or something. I don't know, but hard to tell what the wind situation is here.
And Rudy, I want to just check in here. It looks like we are running 65% fuel tonight.
Ah, okay. Well, then that's going to kind of bring it down to probably about 27 or 28 laps on a tank of fuel. So we're maybe a little over halfway. Yeah, that does kind of make sense there, 65%. That's a good... I know a lot of leagues run that. They run about anywhere from 50 to 65% fuel on super speedways.
John Powell on the 24, all by himself on the outside line, Rudy.
Yeah,
he's falling way back.
What happened there? Man, he got out of line, and it doesn't take no time, and you go to the back. Ouch. Well, maybe he's seen something up there he just wasn't ready to do yet or something. Lee Staples, Rob Haynes led that lap on the high side. Man, he got a huge push from Justin Michael. Now, I think they got to watch when Justin Michael's tucked up underneath him. No air is going in that radiator. You can push about a lap like that, and you better get some air in there. He ducks out a little bit there, kind of gets off of the back bumper of Rob Haynes. You get a little air in there, they drop it down. Great push. Nice job. Rob Haynes.
Really good job there. Also, to let you know here, Rudy, checking into it, looks like we do have a 2-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the northwest. So definitely a little bit of wind out there.
That could be affecting maybe the handling out here a little bit, or drag. So, because now we're seeing the 133 there, Jesse Unruh up on the high side. And not a whole lot of traffic up there. I see Jimmy Crow still hanging with him. But they need a few more up there. Mark McFadden, our pole sitter, he's coming up. He's going to try to reel in those guys and hook up with them. Right now, we're going to maybe have about 6 up on the high side. But the rest of everybody's down on the bottom.
Yeah, but look at the run Jimmy was able to give there off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. It's got to be that wind, Rudy. That's what that has to be doing.
Yeah, gotta be. And they're getting like a headwind coming on the on the front stretch or something. But we have seen some passing out there. So, but Rob Haynes going to lead again. Justin Michael right behind him, giving him a huge push. Like I said, Justin Michael, he's not wasting much time here. He's showing patience, and he'll get you out to the front. But when it comes down to time for him to go, it's going to be all about Justin Michael winning. So just be forewarned of that right now.
Yeah, that's kind of the way you have to be here. You'll help somebody out there, but when it comes down to it, you got to be willing to try to get around them too. Yep. So,
well, Michael Johnson way off the pace. Did not see what happened here, but he is not that far from going a lap down, guys. Last one in line here is Kyle Kieselbach. Now at the end of the tail end of the lead lap, I should say.
Yeah, Michael's in a lot of trouble here out there by himself like that.
Yep.
The pack will close in on him in no time.
Yeah, he's running about 176 mile an hour, and the leader's running about 188. So 12 miles an hour difference. That's a lot.
Oh yeah.
They'll be coming up on him pretty quick. Jesse Unruh to the high side. Has not led a lap yet today. He's pushed everybody out there, I think, to the front, but he has not been out front.
He's also got help from Jimmy Crow there, so a really good pusher with him.
Very good stuff. Very good stuff. Trying to keep an eye out. Yeah, okay. Michael Johnson did come to pit road. I don't know what's going on with his car, but he comes in, and he does go a lap down. So, well, Rob Haynes still leading. Jesse Unruh up on the high side still has not led a lap yet. Pretty good racing, though.
Yeah, it is, Rudy. Everybody's running everything nice and clean. They're not really trying anything crazy. As we watch here, Jesse just about got to the lead there, but couldn't clear to get to the bottom.
We can see, that the guys are, like you said, being patient right now. And nobody's taking that extra chance, but they don't need to. I mean, they can still pass here and there. We see some onesies going on, a little bit of passing, but no 3 wide. Nobody trying to take that huge effort and make, put themselves in a chance of maybe wrecking themselves or more vehicles out there. And we don't want to see that. We don't want to see the big one. Wouldn't it be something to see this go green all the way and no wrecks? Wouldn't that be something?
Oh, that'd be awesome with this many trucks in there. Yeah.
Well, they got to be thinking about pit stops here probably in about the next 3 to 5 laps, I think, guys, if my calculations are right. And we got a couple of guys pulling off a little early there. So it must be getting just about time for pit stops.
Yeah, Jimmy Crow just switched down to the bottom lane here, so I'm looking to see if he's going to be coming in this time by as well.
Pat Rouchet into 13th. I've known Pat for a long time. Very good racer. He actually does some, not broadcasting, but he streams his races and stuff. He may be streaming now. I don't really know, but he does do some streaming. So, Pat Rouchet running the new Grinch movie that's coming out. Got that on his car. Awesome. Well, since Rob Haynes got to the front, coming from 12th place, here they come. He's coming to pit road. We got a bunch of them coming in. Oh, a little bumping and banging. Locking them down to make sure that they're not speeding on pit road. But, man, I'm telling you, Unruh got down pit road first. Justin Michael and a bunch of them stay out, though. We got about 11 of them that's still out there on the track.
As we look coming out of turn 2, a big run on the outside for the 20 machine. Getting a big shot. That's going to be Dave. He's going to go to the lead with help from 25 man.
Donald Sadusky just shoved him to the front. Wow, what a run. Well, these guys got to be coming in here pretty quick, too.
Yeah, they shouldn't have a problem as spaced out as they are here.
Yep. Here they come. Justin
Putting on
Michael
the
coming
brakes.
in. Robert Richard Brose is coming in. Donald Sadowski. We got a bunch of them coming in right now. Ben Gear, Mark McFadden. This was the rest of the crew here that had not pitted yet. So now they went 20, well, almost 25 laps on a tank of fuel. So they may be going to try to stretch it and do it on 3 pit stops.
Yeah, I think that's your ideal. If you can just get, say, one run of 26 laps,
Yeah.
you're comfortable. So,
Well, a lot of them may not change tires here. You'll probably see most of them won't change tires, but they'll top off the tank with fuel and be good to go. Well, Justin Michael looks like he's going to be off pit road first, but we got cars coming around behind these guys here with a full head of steam.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they merge on the
Yep.
racetrack here.
Well, they're getting up to speed, but we got Edward Bray coming up. These guys got a full head of steam coming up on these guys now. And if those guys can get up to speed before they catch up to them, I don't know. Justin Michael, they're just ahead of them right now. Good pit stop by Justin Michael, though. And it looked to me like it might have been a 2-tire change. I'm just going to take a guess at that and say it was a 2-tire change by the time. So, but here comes them guys right around the outside here. Look at this. Edward Bray, just about side by side. Lee Staples to the lead.
Got to lead with a big push there on
Yep.
the outside with all that momentum. You should be able to clear.
Oh, yeah. Well, he will, but I don't know about Edward Bray. Bray is not clear yet, but that doesn't matter. Lee's going to dump him off. Man, I don't think I'd have done that to my partner. He got you up that far, but he comes down in front of Justin Michael. All he could maybe do is drag his brake just a little bit, slow that inside line down, and let Edward Bray get up there with him, and they could team back up.
Yeah, you got to make friends, and you got to kind of stay with them till the end here.
Oh, yeah.
You need that help. You're not going to do it by yourself.
Yeah, I don't know, unless him and Edward had something, previously discussed out how they were going to do this. But if I'd have been Lee, I don't think I'd have dumped off Edward Bray right there, because Edward got him up there, But here comes Edward on the outside now. He's saying, all right, no problem, I'll get back by you. Donald Stewart's giving me a push. And what a breakaway back to these guys way back in the field. David, gosh, I'm not even, Akia, I'm not even sure how you say that. John Henderson, Jason Rouchet, or I don't know how you say that one either. Mark McFadden in 14th. These guys all pretty much working together. And Kevin Nelson. So that was a good break for Kevin Nelson, because he was kind of left back there by himself. So
Lee Staples still up front here. Nice side-by-side battle with the Edward Bray. Edward nearly got the lead away, but it just didn't happen for him that time.
I'll tell you what, Justin Michael pushing Lee Staples so hard right now. Just to keep him up, what he's doing is he's kind of backing off in the corners a little bit, but keeping right on that bumper on the straightaways. And that's what's just enough to keep Lee Staples out ahead.
Yeah, it really helps there when you got somebody that can really push you well and let you gather it up in the corner.
Yep. Well, there's kind of a learning trick to that, and we used to do a lot of super speedway racing, and if you back off in the corners and stick your nose out just a little bit, you'll see him do that every now and then. Backs off in the corner, sticks his nose out there a little bit, and get some air in that radiator. And once you come out of the corner, get right back up on that bumper.
Yeah, it just helps cool your vehicle down and make sure the guy in front of you is stable.
We had it's an old story, but my son and I were racing one day, and actually there was a guy in there that accused us of cheating, because it was back when you could pull away from the field, okay? And my son is one heck of a pusher. And What he did was he put half of the truck. He pushed me with half of the width of the front end of his truck, and he could push me the whole race. We never had to switch or anything, and he never overheated. And the guy accused us of cheating. I don't know how the heck you would cheat doing that, but whatever, you know.
Right. As you see, Brave led a lap there that time.
Yep.
By.
Yes, he did.
Wasn't able to get down to the bottom, but he did beat him to the line.
Yeah, Don Stewart's really pushing him, but now, you know, we're kind of like, 6 on 5. 6 on the bottom and 5 on the top. 11 trucks working together here. Or 10. 10, I guess. I count right. Well, one of them I think is a lap truck. Scott Kulovic's in there, and he is a lap down. So he may have stopped, take a little break. I don't know. He may be hurting a little bit, but he's here with the lead. If caution would come out, he would be the wave by, as long as he's not caught up in it.
Yeah, he would be. I think he's in a good spot right now, as long as he can stay in the lead pack here.
Ooh, a little ghosting going on back here. Oh, man, a 20 and a 14. 14 was like right inside of the 20. Good Lord. That's never good.
No, because if they come back at the wrong moment, it's usually big.
Mm-hmm, yep.
Back up front, Bray and that 66 machine. Edward Bray to the lead, and you'll get to the bottom side.
Well, clean the whole way so far. I don't want to jinx it in any way, so I'm going to knock on wood, but green flag all the way, Chris. What do you think?
Yeah, right now, Rudy, I'm looking at the 117, John Woodruff. He's got a group of vehicles right behind him here of 6 cars. They're about midway through the pack, and Woodruff is trying to gather them all up. If they could get single file, they'd probably have a chance of catching up the group in front of them.
Yeah, right now they're just kind of like stalemated, you know, where they're not gaining anything or losing anything on that group ahead of them.
Yeah, that's right. And Woodruff doing a great job on the outside. He's being followed by the 91 truck, Sean Powell, Joe Guy. And you got the 24 truck and the 72. They're down on the inside. And it might be actually slowing down that group just a little bit as they're racing around the corners right now.
Sure. Yep, I can see that. But Don Stewart led his lap. But I did want to mention, who was that I was looking at? Guys are drifting back here a little bit. Looks like Rob Haynes. He's going to fall back to the back part here. And Gary Whitmer to the front here on the high side. Getting a good push here from Jimmy Crow. We've seen what Jimmy can do pushing. Guys, he's been a really good pusher, but yet he has not been out there to lead a lap yet.
Yeah, I suspect we'll see that 16 machine up near the front at the end of this one, as long as everything goes well for him. He's a clean driver. He don't really do crazy moves on the racetrack. So I'm interested to see how the rest of the race goes for him here.
Sure. Well, guys, they've got through pit stops. We got a breakaway here. Let's do a little crank it up. What do you think?
Let's bring it on.
Do it. All right, we are back, and I was looking at our pole sitter here. Mark McFadden is clear back in 15th. I don't think he needs to sweat it yet. They got to get through pit stops and all that yet. Long ways to go in this race. We're just a little past a third of the way. So Mark McFadden, he's working with a small group here, and they're running about a little over 10 seconds behind the leaders. But that's not bad. That's really not that bad. They're not really losing any time or gaining any time. They're just and being led by Dave Acacia, or I'm not sure. Acacia. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm going with that, Rudy. Acacia sounds good.
Yep. Okay. And Don Stewart's still leading. And right now he has led the most laps of anybody out there with 10. The only other one was Lee Staples has led 9. Other than that, we've got a couple of onesies here. It's a 6, 3, 2, another 6. Edward Bray, he's led 6 laps. So, but other than that, Don Stewart been out front. And hey, Ken, how you doing there, Ken? I forgot to say hello to you. So, you know, one thing about it, though, guys, we haven't been able to get any interviews in, other than the pre-race interviews. We got a couple of those in, but other than that, with no cautions, I guess we're not going to get to interview anybody tonight.
Well, the one thing, Rudy, that really strikes me here is usually when you get a bunch of drivers that don't necessarily drive together week in, week out, sometimes you have a lot of cautions. Tonight we have 0, and that says a lot about the driving that's happening out there. And 0 cautions, man. It's doing really good right now. And yeah, Rudy, I'm knocking on wood. It's up top, and right now I've got my head out. It's looking at the 224 car truck rather. That's Kevin Scott Nelson. He's moved up 13 positions from his starting spot. He's running in 13th right now, doing a real fine job. He's right in the middle of a little pack of cars, or trucks rather, and they're trying to catch the group ahead of them.
Yeah, that is really good. I mean, you know, when you can get out here in the super speedway and chop the field in half like that, man, that really means a lot. And they're only 10 seconds behind in this group. So, you know, I mean, they're in a safe place right now. They're really not, you know, they're staying fast, they're staying with the group. Not maybe dropping a 10th every couple of laps or something, but nothing major. So they're doing good.
Yeah, sometimes it actually pays off to be a little further back from that lead group, Rudy. We've seen it many times where you get involved in something in that lead group and you're far enough back where you're able to avoid it. And maybe that's the case here tonight.
Yep. Russi, I think that Rusio, I don't know.
Russo, Jason Russo. Yes, sir.
All right. Nothing going on up in the front. Everything pretty much staying the same here. Gary Whitmer on the high side. Still trying to get up to the front there. He still has not led a lap. Jimmy Crow pushing the daylights out of him. He does have a little help there from Donald Sadusky now. And they got to be awful careful of that bumper hook. Boy, that bumper hook is, it's crazy. You can push on somebody, the way I always looked at it, you can push on them in the straightaways. When you get to the corner, you better back off a little bit.
Yeah, Rudy, it'll get a little dicey if you try to push very hard in the corner.
Yeah. You know, you're kind of sawing on the wheel, and they're sawing on the wheel, and you're back and forth on that bumper, and Jimmy Crow looks like he's having a little bit of a tough time holding a good steady line there. But, you know, again, going back to that pit stop, we don't know if some of these guys, it look like Jimmy may have taken 4 tires. I'm looking at the clock here that time he's been on pit road. He may have taken 4 tires, and a lot of these guys only took 2 out here. So I'm kind of curious to see if that's going to make a difference when they get down to the end of this thing. If people are only taking 2 tires, they may have taken like 2 right side tires on that last pit stop. Maybe next pit stop take 2 lefts, and maybe the last one maybe take all 4. You know, I mean,
right
side tires are the ones that get the abuse the most. So
Yeah, also, Rudy, you got to think about it. We've been green this whole time, which means that your arms have gotten no rest.
Right.
So at some point, they start to cramp up, they start to hurt, and it gets a little harder to hold the line.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, I can totally relate to that. Well, Don Stewart still leading. Edward Bray right behind him. Lee Staples in third. Donald Sadusky fourth. These guys have put themselves down on the bottom row now. AMA Racing. And I want to give a shout out to Don Stewart for putting this all together and for asking me to broadcast this. So I appreciate that, Don, very much. He's a good guy, longtime friend, been friends for, gosh, I can't even tell you how many years. 6 years, probably 5-6 years we've been friends. So yep. And Don knows I do this stuff for free and these benefits, and that's why he contacted me. So very cool.
Yeah, you don't find many friends in the world anymore, and it's very cool to have some friends.
Oh yeah, definitely. Richard Brose in 8th place. He started in 3rd. Pat Rouchet started 15th and now running in 9th. Rob Haynes getting shuffled back to the 10th place. He was up there and did lead 6 laps earlier. He's at the tail end of that pack though. You just got to be awful careful that he does not lose that draft. He's riding right behind the lap truck there of Scott Kulovic. Not hanging with this front group pretty well.
Yeah, doing a nice job just hanging in there.
Yeah.
You know, you're coming up on your next set of pit stops here pretty soon.
Yep.
Next 5 or so laps.
Yep. From now on, they're you know, the next 4, 5, 6 laps, yeah, we'll start seeing people come in. Yeah, we're getting right up into that window, and then we've seen some of them guys. If you remember, some guys stayed out, and they may be good for about another 5 laps. They're going to push it, like Justin Michael. He pitted on lap 25. So next he'll be pitting on lap 50 and then 75. So he'll be, you know, and now whatever group come in with him, which I think is most of these guys, some of them, not all of them. I know Edward Bray and those guys did not, but.
And Rudy, I don't mean to interrupt, but we do have some pit stops starting to happen right now towards the tail end of the field. The 72, Ivan Garcia in pit road.
Yep. And by himself too, that's not a good thing. Brings a tide ride down to pit road. Ooh, you don't want to pit alone.
Well, he was trying to pit with the 117 of John Woodruff.
Yeah.
John had a hard time getting into pit road. Had to lock it up. It almost went sideways getting into pit road. And so that means that the 72 is going to be coming out on his own. Ivan Garcia with a long road to hoe.
Yeah, and, you know, I don't know. He's too far ahead, but it looks like he is kind of trail breaking it a little bit and letting Woodruff catch up maybe. Yeah, he's trail breaking it. And Woodruff is trying to catch up here now. He's only a couple of seconds behind him, so he's closing up really quick here. But they got some fast guys coming around here to pass him up. All right, here we go. Pit stop's happening. Lee Staples coming to pit road. Edward Bray, Jimmy Crow, Gary Whitmer. These guys all coming to pit road. So pit stops are happening as we speak.
Now keep in mind that right there is lap 47. From that distance, that would put you short of making it on the next stop.
Right. Yeah, I want to keep an eye on Justin Michael and this crew here because, like I said before, they went to lap 25. So you can bet they're going to go to lap 50 this time before they stop. He's trying to make it on 3 pit stops. And if you notice, he's been riding in the pack there, Matt. And in that pack, he was saving fuel.
Yeah, he was. And the more fuel you can save, as you can see, the 78 dives down. That's not but he's all by himself.
Yeah, he come down the pit road by himself. Nobody come in with him. Oh, man. That's going to hurt. Well, Justin Michael back out front. Him and Donald Sadusky. Now, this is a pack here, I think, that pitted on lap 50. So we're probably going to see these guys, maybe not this lap, but probably the next lap, will come to pit road.
Yeah, they come down around 25, so if they can complete lap number 50 and maybe even try to get closer to 51, it would put them on a good course to end this race with one more stop.
Now, Justin Michael just dropped down to the bottom here, so I don't know. Maybe his plan is to come to pit road a little early. No. Nope, he's staying out. Yep. But somebody did come down there, slowed up quite a bit. I think that was, yeah, it was Scott Kulovic. He's coming down alone. He is a lap down, so, but he has picked up quite a few positions. So I expect these guys to come in this time by.
Yeah, I expect the same thing. Key now is just get on pit road nice and clean. You got a small pack of trucks. It's not a big pack. You don't have to worry about that as much.
Right. It's going to be all about communication out there, braking. Guys going left and right coming into pit road. Some guys up the middle. Make sure you don't lock up them brakes. That is the key. Do not lock up the brakes. And here they come. A couple of them breaking off. Oh, a couple of them not. They're going to go one more lap just kind of for added insurance. Oh, boy.
That's interesting.
Uh-huh. And again, another one gets shuffled out. Come down pit road by himself. Donald Sadusky leading. Going to pass up Gary Whitmer. Gary Whitmer and who's that? Jimmy Crow. Those two have been hanging right together pretty well, but they will go a lap down. But that's only temporary. They were on pit road. They already pitted, made their stop. And now the guys on the bottom here, Donald Sadusky, Justin Michael, and Richard Brose, we're going to see them. They've got to come to pit road this time. Yep, here they come.
Yep, they're going to dive down here, but what they've done is insured yourself to another lap. It's a 25. Oh,
no! Bad pit stop. Oh, my gosh. That was bad pit stop for Donald Sadusky. Come in there way too hot. And Richard Brose got a piece of Donald there, too, and that did not help matters any at all. So Richard's going to have a little bit of nose damage on the truck. I don't know if he's going to take the time to try to fix that or not. I highly doubt it.
Well, remember, Rudy, there are 3 resets going on.
Oh, yeah, that's
tonight.
right. That's right. I forgot. Yeah. How did I forget that? Oh, Justin Michael out first, and it looks like Richard Brose is still sitting there, though. What's he? He's not using his. He might have had his reset unchecked. Oh. Well, Michael's out there by himself right now, but he's going to get eaten alive here. Pat Rouchet, these guys coming up behind him with a full head of steam. Yeah, they're gonna pass him.
This race just changed.
Yep. I don't know. Justin Michael's getting up to speed here now. Pat Rouchet, he's going to have to fall in behind these guys here. Lee Staples, he's leading this parade now. He just passed him up, and he's going to go around Justin Michael, working with Ed Bray. They're going to be right back into the pack here again. Pat Rouchet, Rob Haynes, and Donald Stewart. Justin Michael, that's a pack of 6 right there. A 6-pack. Hey, speaking of 6-packs, huh, Chris?
Well, Justin Michael, really lucky the way he came out. Yes, he got passed by the top 5.
Yeah.
But able to pick up the tail end of that pack. Stays in it. He's running 6th right now. That could have been much, much worse just a couple of seconds later, Rudy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Great pit stop, though. And again, I think he did a 4-tire change this time. I think he did a 4-tire change, and his plan may be, I'm not going to say for sure, because I don't know, only he knows. Maybe next time he stops, he might just take fuel only and get out of there.
Well, based on his pit time, it was 13.3 seconds. That's definitely time for 4 tires and fuel here at Talladega.
Yeah, you betcha. Well, way back behind these guys, Gary Whitmer and Jimmy Crow running 7th and 8th. And they got a small pack of trucks coming up behind them here. Dave and Jason and Kevin, all they might, with 3 of them, they're going to be a little faster than them guys, so they're going to wind up joining forces with those 2, and that'll be a 5 truck pack right there. Yeah, they're closing up on them here pretty good. About 1 second, so they should be starting to feel the draft here any time now. Usually when you get within about a second of somebody, you can feel the draft, so they're feeling it right now. So they'll be joining up with them. And then we got way back here, Ivan Garcia, which we've seen him stop there before and all by himself, if you remember. And we were kind of concerned about that. He's in probably the biggest pack out here right now.
Yeah, Rudy, these trucks punch such a big hole in the air that you can really get a good pull from a pack.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, they have joined forces now. We got 5 trucks working together in that pack, and they're 9 seconds behind the lead pack. And it looks like they may be losing just a little time, but now that if they get organized here, they might just start pushing ahead and close that gap up. But Lee Staples continuing to lead out front. Edward Bray second, Pat Roche third.
Yeah, and going back to that pack for just a moment, the 24 car, Sean Powell, absolutely on the rear bumper of Ivan Garcia, absolutely willing him around this track right now, Rudy. And I don't know, the 24 really wants to get around him. I think he might believe he's the faster of the 2 vehicles. 72 may be holding him up.
Well, you know, we got 2 tide rides working together there. If you noticed that or not, 2 tide rides. 72 and the 24, both tides. So maybe that's a good omen.
Yeah, the only problem there, Chris, is the top bunch here in the front pack. They're pretty organized as well. So what they need is the front pack to kind of split apart and battle a little bit.
Well, you're absolutely right. And right now, the 24, the 72, they're trying to figure out which one's the faster. And maybe it's right to have the 24 behind right now because he is pushing the daylights out of the 72 truck. Ivan Garcia is getting the ride of his lifetime, courtesy of Sean Powell, and Sean trying to will his way around and bring the 72 of Ivan Garcia along with him.
Yeah, they're not losing any time or gaining any time. They're just kind of like just staying there.
You think this might be set up just in case of the big one?
It could be. I'll tell you what, this front pack's got it pretty well going, together here. And with only one more pit stop looming for them, I can't believe we've been green this whole way, guys. This is amazing. I mean, no cautions, 0 cautions, and we've had 14 lead changes.
Yeah, a really good race. The problem becomes now if you're back in the back pack. Chris, you was talking about maybe a setup. It's too risky because if there's no yellow, you're not going to gain that ground, I don't think. Not unless this front pack makes a mistake.
Well, right now you're kind of banking on it. If you're that far behind, you definitely need something to happen towards the front end of the field in order to catch up. And of course, remember, guys, at this point, if you have a yellow flag, you got to think, what do I do with it? Do I come down? Do I get tires? Do I get fuel? Is that going to be enough to bring me to the end?
No, it won't be if it happens right now. They got to be inside that 75th lap. When they get to lap 75, then they will be. They can make it on that final pit stop. So they would not be able to make it from here. Good racing, though.
Yeah, the biggest mover right now, Rudy, is the 224 of Kevin Scott Nelson. He is running in the second pack, number 11 right now on the field, but he has moved up 15 positions since the start of this race.
Yep, that's pretty amazing stuff, man. That's That's what you call a great racer right there. If he can put himself in that kind of position at this stage in the race, he's doing everything right now.
Man, remember, Rudy, we also have the cash on the line. Gonna have that drawing here just around the corner, really.
Well, yeah, they're going to have the drawing, but we still won't know until the end of the race who the winners are going to be, because we won't know what those numbers are going to be. She's not going to tell us the numbers. It's Scott's daughter, Stephanie, is going to draw the numbers here on lap 70. So another 10 laps, and she'll be drawing the numbers, and we won't know what they are, though.
A lot of excitement here still to come at Talladega. My goodness, 0 cautions, lots of lead changes. Right now, Stewart has led the most laps, 20 laps, and then you've got Staples right behind him with 17. After that, you've got some 6s, some 4s, some 3s, some 2s. Rudy, this thing is not done yet, not by a long shot. As we're working lap 60 of 100.
And there you go. Lee Staples just led his 18th lap of the race. But still has not beat Don Stewart's 20 laps that he has led. And there's no points on the line for it. It's just kind of like bragging rights, I guess. There's no points. Doesn't matter how many laps you lead. You know. Gary Whitmer and Jimmy Crow, they have pulled this pack up with them. Now look at this pack back here, guys. I don't think we're going to see this go too awful long, and they're going to start getting this organized. And they're going to start catching up to that front pack. And we're probably about 10 to 12 laps away from seeing the final pit stop. Well, they still won't be final because some people are still going to be short. But we'll be seeing guys coming into pit road probably about lap 72, 73. We'll see first round pit stops coming in. But, oh, man, they're getting pretty rambunctious up here. I just seen Sean Powell make a big dicey move there.
Well, you got to think. Sorry to cut you off there, Chris, but you got to think at this point, guys, that they're getting desperate in this second pack.
Yeah.
I mean, your time is running out very quickly.
They are chopping a little bit of time down. I just seen a couple of tenths click off, but I don't know if it's enough. It's like taking a bucket of water out of the ocean, you know?
Yeah, and right now, Rudy, the second pack is starting to get a little bigger than the first pack. They are moving. We have talked about Ivan Garcia and Sean Powell, the 72 and the 24. Those trucks are absolutely moving. They've got Jesse and Whittemore right behind them. They've got a pretty good pack of 5. They were able to catch the pack ahead of them. Now only 1 pack to go, just in front of them, just a little ways. Honestly, these guys are moving.
Yep. Out this other pack would get reorganized here again. They could reel in Ben Gear, push Ben Gear up there. That would be a huge pack of trucks all working to try to run that lead down. And now they're only 12.3 seconds, 12.2 seconds. Like I said, they're clicking a tenth off here and there. Oh, careful. Ivan got down there below that yellow line. You don't want to do that too often.
No, that's the danger zone.
Yeah.
And Ivan Garcia was able to gather it back up.
Man.
Sean Powell gave him enough room to do so. And Sean Powell, Garcia in the 72 working very well together. And Jesse in the 133, he is kind of tagged into those tide machines. Bumper to bumper action right now. The 24 and the 72 having a heck of a run right now. And the outside line getting together.
Yeah, this is some good stuff here now. Lee Staples, Ed Bray, these guys all settled in here. I don't think anybody really wants to get around each other right now. Everybody's kind of taking their time. Justin Michael barely hanging on to the back of Don Stewart's truck in this front pack. And yeah, Ivan Garcia, this is really good racing back here. These guys they're putting on a heck of a show back here mid-pack. Good job. Well, we did see some guys come in. Don Sadusky, these guys have all come in. Made a pit stop. Him, J.R. Johnson, John Woodruff, Kyle Kieselbach. But they're quite a ways behind. They're not that far actually from the leaders. The leaders will be coming up on them here shortly, and we'll be putting them a lap down. But we'll probably be pretty close to pit stops by then, because I think we're going to see pit stops here probably in about the next 5 to 8 laps. We'll see some drivers come in. Now,
Yeah, definitely closing in on them here.
Yep. If you remember, there was a few of them that stayed out there that extra lap that kind of surprised us and went to lap 51. So kind of giving them a little added insurance. So we may see some of these guys go to like lap 76 or 77 before they make their final pit stop. You know, guys like Justin Michael and Don Stewart, these guys all working together in this front group. They're probably all communicating and saying, okay, we need to pit on lap 76 or 77. And that'll guarantee we can make it the rest of the way on fuel. But some of the other guys may not be so lucky. The ones pitted early, they're going to be off a little bit, and they're going to have to stop for a splash of gas.
Just checking in now, the second pack's got it down to 11.8 at the moment.
Yep.
They're coming, but now they're side by side. You want everybody in a line.
Right. Exactly.
You don't want to be racing each other.
Jesse Unruh taking point. Actually, they're still gaining a little bit of time, but they'd be gaining a lot more time if they were right in single line.
Yeah, the fact that they're gaining time side by side tells me if they would just get in the line, and with what I'm calculating, they could probably make up a half a second a lap.
Oh, yeah.
If they would just get everybody in line. Oh, close there.
Yep. Well, they're a lot bigger pack than that front pack.
Around the 133.
Oh, my
the
gosh.
133 goes around.
Yep.
And that
First
brings out
caution.
the caution.
Let's go back and take a look at this, folks. Man, this was pretty ugly looking, too. I hate it for him, but, man, what a spin that was.
Yeah, Jesse Unruh went around, caused a big one here.
Yeah,
as that second pack, nobody had any place to go. We've got a couple of smoking engines going on, Rudy.
Yep, just a bumper hook, I believe, here, because the 5 right up underneath the back of him, Gary Whitmer, and he saw it on that back bumper. Oh, man, close call right there. Almost got into the side of Ivan Garcia. And you'll see here just a second, right there is the bumper hook, folks. Just sawing on that bumper enough that it's going to put Jesse Unruh up into the fence, and it's also going to catch the number 5 there, Gary Whitmer. He's going to get a little bit of damage too, but I think he's able to continue on. Oh, and it caught the 72 there as well. Ivan Garcia got caught too. So we got about 4 trucks involved in that. Everybody else
also was involved too.
Yep. Everybody else did a pretty good job of staying away from that. So now, here's the question. Everybody's going to come into pit road now, but they can't make it from here.
Yeah, for me, Rudy, the thing to do, come down pit road, take your reset, nothing else, no tires, no fuel. Get back out on track, save as much position as you can, and wait for the scheduled time period to come down pit road. Otherwise, you're just losing time, and you're going to end up having to pit again.
Well, a lot of guys are going to get back on the lead lap, but once they get going here, I don't know if we got Lee Staples in here. I do not see. I don't see Lee Staples in here. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's get the head dog in here, Don Stewart.
I've got Lee. I found Lee.
Oh, did you find him?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
That's word for broadcast booth. I can't.
You can't. Yeah, you can't drag him. Where's he at?
He's up in the KMA racing lot.
Oh, okay. I didn't even look up there. Okay, hold on. All right, Lee Staples, you got a copy?
Gotcha.
Well, Lee, man, good to see you out there running so well. you've led 25 laps and you come off a pit road, you're going to be restarting in about fourth. You can't make it from here on fuel, can you?
I don't think so. Even if we
No.
try to save, I don't think we can make it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think you're going to have to stop for a splash. But, man, it's been some great racing out there. Now, this kind of bunched everybody back up together, and because you guys had such a huge pull away. But knowing that you're going to have to maybe stop for a splash of gas, do you have a teammate to work with?
Yeah, the 66 Edward Bray right behind me. Me and him are teammates. So, yeah, we will be working together for sure.
All right, very good. I know teammates are important out here, but when it comes down to the last lap, you're not teammates anymore, are you, when you're going for the win?
Oh, absolutely not. It's every man for himself on that last lap. You do what you got to do.
Yes, sir. Well, I hope you're having a good time. You know, it is for a good cause, Lee, so we're going to let you get back at it, and good luck for the rest of the race, brother.
Thank you, and thank you to MaxSpeedTV for tonight's broadcast. We all appreciate it a lot.
Oh, you're very welcome, sir. Very welcome, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Lee Staples going to be restarting from the third position, I guess.
And you know, Rudy, as I'm thinking about it, the driver in me is thinking, okay, we're under caution right now, lap 70 of 100. What happens if I come down, say, right before the green flag drops? Can I make it?
I don't think so.
It's going to be close. I'm telling you, we've had drivers go 26, 27 laps. If you're feathering that throttle, can you make it here? And remember, everybody else is thinking, I've got a pit. Maybe you back off just a little bit, Rudy.
Yeah. Here's what I would do. I'd run about 5 laps and come in. Top off the tank, go back out, you're done. Short pit it. That's what I would do. I'd get some guys to come in with me, 3 or 4 guys, and say, okay, guys, we're going to short pit this. All right, we're going to come in. After we run about 5 laps, we're going to come in, top off our tanks, no tires, just top off the tanks and get right back out on there. And I think it might help. I think it would be probably a smart thing to do. Because I think even if they pitted late like that, and it would be so close, and you'd be worrying about it the whole time.
Either way, right now, Rob Haynes up front in the 68. He's the man pulling all the shots because people are going to have to follow the leader on this one. You've got 30 laps to go here. That's quite a few miles to go on the fuel that they have in the tanks.
Well, Rob Haynes the leader, Don Stewart second, Lee Staples third, Justin Michael fourth, and Ed Bray. That is your top 5.
What a race, so guys, tonight. It's been amazing to watch these guys. One caution all night so far. Wow.
Well, I hope that's not a bad thing that, you know, now that everybody's caught up and we see everybody on top of each other, as they always say, cautions breed cautions. We hope that doesn't mean that we're going to see more cautions now to finish this race up, because it's been so clean out here, guys. This has been unbelievable. I mean, to go, 66 laps caution free?
Yeah, something like that, Rudy. It's just a great race overall. You know, we haven't really had time to interview many people either. We just didn't have the time, and it's because normally you get breaks, but with this thing, they've done such a good job keeping it going. All right, Rudy, we're going to go green here about what looks like lap 72. How long do you wait before you come back down pit road, I wonder? Lights are out on the Iverson pace car up front. Rob there in the number 68 machine. Got Donald there, Lee Staples there, Edwards there, and Pat's there in the top 5. So, you know, the guys we've seen up front most of the race are there. Yep.
Man, I just want to point out, Rudy, before we get going here, John Woodruff going to be followed by Ivan Garcia in the 72, who was involved in that last wreck. So Ivan Garcia actually making out pretty good because he's tied in with the lead group again.
Green flag.
All right, green flags in the air there, guys. We'll get them rolling one more time. Rob on the bottom didn't get the greatest start. The 78 machine of Donald, he's got a lot of help from the 66 machine there. Push on him pretty hard of Edwards, so they come around the back straightaway. We'll see the outside line prevail. LE's trying to get back up through there here. Just look at the dive out of line. What a move there going on the high side. Couldn't see which truck that was. Looks like it was the 68, maybe a Rob. Dove to the high side. People starting to get antsy here. It's got to be really hard, but it's got to be such an accomplishment to get this far into the race for him. I know he was involved in that incident, but he had a fast repair, so I thought he would be okay. All right, guys.
Rudy, I hate to interrupt, but I'm having out in chat land, we're hearing that chat cannot hear you right now. So double check your settings as we are green flag racing here.
Thank you. Thank you. I had my mic muted because I had a cough. Sorry, my bad. Sorry. Don Stewart back to the front. Man, these guys are switching up the front here. Man.
Yeah, they're dicing it up. Now, we're past that lap 75 mark as of now, and we got trucks in the pit road. Looks like Richard in the 19 come down. Donald Stewart come down.
And guys, I talked about him earlier in the race, but the number 4 truck, Ben Gear, on the outside lane, trying to make that third lane work. Right now, running in 11th.
Yeah, he's working it. They're 3 wide.
Yeah, jeez.
It was getting to that time, but yet, think about this, guys. They still got to stop for a pit stop. They still have to stop. I don't believe there's a car out here that can make it, because they would have to be stopping right now, okay, to make it to the end, because they got 25 to go. So yeah. I don't think there's a truck out here right now that could make it to the end.
And by that logic, Rudy, we should start seeing some of the cars coming down in the next lap or two, because we did have some that short pitted time before.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, we should start seeing a couple of these trucks coming down pit road in the next lap or two. That's going to change everything.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, Don.
Sure. Don't forget, right on lap 75, we had a couple of trucks dive down. I thought Donald Stewart come down with them, but he didn't. He stayed out. I was wrong on that, but I thought I'd seen a truck dive with him, but he did not. So you got a couple that did, but for the most part, everybody's still out.
Edward Bray led that lap up on the high side. Got a huge push there from that was from John Woodruff. Woodruff up to the front. Has a chance to win it. You were talking about Ivan Garcia there, Chris. There he is, 6th place.
Yeah, Ivan Garcia has been very solid this entire race. Right now, the 72 truck is running this thing on the outside lane, trying to find some help. He's got some right in front of him. He's got 2 cars. Behind him, he's got about 4. And Ivan Garcia, I'm not counting him out, Rudy.
Oh, no, neither am I. Neither am I. He is definitely strong. Jesse Unruh back into the mix here in 8th place. He's having a good run here. Good comeback. He was caught up into that one wreck, if you remember back. He was caught up and had a lot of damage on his truck. And here he is rolling into the 6th place on the outside. Helping that outside line get a move. Ed Bray up there. Don Stewart continuing to lead. Rob Haynes on the bottom with him, pushing him.
And Ben Gear, I've talked about him a couple of times in that Ford truck. He's starting to open up that 3rd lane. Only has 1 truck behind him right now, but that's no problem as he is holding on the 37 inside of him.
Yep, and he's getting a push there from the lap truck of Jimmy Crow. You know, it's a shame Jimmy is a couple of laps down, because he is so strong. He's been so strong all day. He pushed a lot of people to the lead today to get laps led. And maybe that's what he's got planned up here. I don't know. He might be going to push Ben Gear to the front.
Yeah, we've got another truck entering the fray on the outside lane, Rudy. It's starting to gain traction. That outside line does have speed if you have enough people willing to go with you. And right now, that Ford truck, Ben Gear, he is heading towards the front.
Yes, he is. Yeah, they got 3 of them up there working together now. And they are making some headway. He just went into 4th place. Look at this. 3 abreast up here for the lead, folks. We knew it was going to come down to this, guys, but, you know, think about this. They got a pit yet.
Yeah, how do you organize yourself from this to get to pit road? You're running low on time as it is. Man, what a race we're seeing here, Rudy.
Yeah, they got a pit again. There isn't anybody out here can make it. I don't believe. I mean, our calculations have been pretty much spot on all night tonight, and they would have to go 28 laps, you know, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah, 28 laps was way too far, as we've seen tonight. But right now, Ben Gear not going to be dissuaded. He is in that 4 car, up on top, and he's running in 3rd place right now.
Man, what a run for Ben Gear, but leading Ed Bray up the middle, what we like to call the sucker hole, right up the middle like that, man. I'll tell you, that used to be the fastest place to be. When you went 3 wide, you could just shoot up through there like you were shot out of a gun, man. It was just wild.
But look on the outside, guys. Jimmy Crow is keeping 2 trucks alive up there.
Oh yeah, he is. 2 trucks. Yeah, they had the 3rd one up there for a short time, but he took it down a lane, and I think that was Pat. No, it wasn't Pat Roche. It was Jesse Unruh, I think it was. And he's in the middle now.
Yeah, Unruh just touched the wall just a little bit. He had to wall it up just a little bit. He went down to the middle lane. 2 trucks seem to be doing just fine on the outside lane. We got a 3rd one coming into picture.
And we got the 2 Gary Whitmer and Gary Whitmer Jr. running here in 10th and 11th. Look at that. Wow, nice.
18 laps to go, Rudy, and things are really heating up. We know we've got a pit stop coming, and they've got to figure it out amongst themselves how they're going to do it, because you can't go from the top down into pit road without getting into somebody here at Talladega.
Oh, yeah, I know it. And you can't cut from the top to the bottom. Ben Gear on the high side, and they are going to get a little more help up there. It looks like number 48, Mark McFadden, going to come up there. He says, well, I may not be on the lead lap, but I can get up here and help somebody possibly win this.
And don't forget, guys, especially Chris, you'll be able to point this out as well. Once we get to lap 95, if we get a yellow, that's probably going to be the race. So do you try to pit before then even? Like, can you wait till 5 to go to make a pit stop?
Oh, I don't think so. I'm surprised I haven't seen pit stops yet.
I know, that would be short pitting it, but yeah, I don't know. Don Stewart still in the lead. And the way these guys are running 3 wide, there's no way anybody could make it to pit road but the inside row, you know?
Yeah, Stewart
I wanted to look, see where in the heck is, okay, Sean Powell, he did take it. Justin Michael, man, what the heck happened to him? He is clear back in 19th. But I'm thinking, him and Donald Sadusky, Richard Brose, and Kyle Kieselbach might have already made their final pit stop. I'll bet you they short pitted it right there.
Oh, and if that's true, Rudy, that could be the race for the win right there.
Yeah. But Justin Michael knows how to get to victory lane very, very well, believe me. He's done many of these races, knows the little secrets you got to do here and there. He's taken a chance, though, because if a caution comes out, all of that is thrown out the water. But they will all pit, and Justin Michael and those 3 guys working with them, they will not pit. So that'll put them in the lead.
All right, the front pack has got back to 2 lines instead of 3. They may be trying to sort this all out to get to pit road here.
Ray, he is not giving up that fight up in the front, man. I'll tell you. And he just seems like he just loves that upper line, that middle line. He really does well up there. But Rob Haynes still pushing the daylights out of Don Stewart. Man, what a pack of trucks. Pat Rouchet down on the bottom. A lot of aero push around these cars, and I'm sure that, the tires, and there we go. Edward Bray, oh, he comes down, almost took Don Stewart's front of his truck right off. Man, that was close. That had a lot of pucker in that one.
That scared me, Rudy.
Oh, yeah, I know. I seen it. I was riding on board here with Pat Rouchet, and I could see it up there. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, Ben Gear, who just a couple of laps ago was fighting for the lead on the top line, relegated back now to 11th. And it looks like a couple of trucks may be looking at that 3rd line as an option. Ben Gear now 10th in that number 4 Dunkin' Donuts truck.
Yeah, he's doing really well. I mean, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see him take it maybe after these final pit stops. He'll be trying that 3 wide again. He was running really well up on that high side, too.
there is speed on that outside line here at Talladega, and Ben Garrett was trying to show everybody the way, but pit stops got to be around the corner here with 13 to go.
When we get down to about 7 or 8 to go, everybody will have to come to pit road because they will run out of gas. They will run out of fuel.
I am absolutely shocked that nobody has dove out of this front back yet.
I'm telling you, man, this is it is kind of surprising, but we got 12 to go right now. It is kind of surprising. Lee Staples was the guy that led the most laps here tonight with 25, but Don Stewart's taking that over with 27. Donald Stewart's going to be the guy to beat out here. He has got the most laps led. Oh, almost a bumper hook there from, who was that, Rob Haynes. A little check up there, but they're good to go. Edward Bray on the high side.
Yeah, Edward's doing a good job there. The problem is, if you wait too long here, everybody's going to have to come at the same time. And if you're in this pack all together the way they are now, and you've all got to come on the same lap, I don't know how you do that.
Well, the answer right there is you don't. Oh, Trump 72 going around.
Oh my gosh. Well, that answered our question right there. Now, let's go back and take a look at this. Oh my gosh. That answered our question right there. Now, everybody, the guys that are short on fuel can stop and just take a splash and be right back out there. But the ones that I was talking about back there, Donald Sadusky, Justin Michael, and those guys, they've already pitted, made their final pit stop, so they're going to be the leaders if these guys all come to pit road. How many of you think are going to stay you know, no, I'm going to stay out and chance it.
Oh, at this point in the race, Rudy, I don't know that anybody can stay out and have enough fuel to make it.
Right there was the bumper hook, actually, it wasn't really a bumper hook, but it was sort of a bumper hook, I guess. But boy,
it looked like the 72 just misjudged it already.
Yeah, I think he kind of come down. He left an opening there, and the 133 there, Jesse Unruh, he says, I'm going for it. And by the time he got there, Ivan Garcia come back down the track and got into him. So, but the good news is they still can get a reset, and they'll be good to go. So Edward Bray, our leader, Donald Stewart, John Woodruff, Rob Haynes, and Lee Staples. Are they going to come to pit road, or are they going to chance it and try to make it? This could come down to a fuel mileage race here, guys. It looks like they may be coming to pit road here unless he's going to fake them out. Bray might just fake them out here. We'll see. They're all going to be a little short on fuel.
And I'm watching pit road entrance right now, Rudy.
Yeah,
just about everybody's coming down.
Yep. Well, I would take just a splash of gas, like 5 gallon, and I'd get right back out there. I wouldn't waste another. Don't even change one tire on that truck. Just give myself added insurance to make sure I can make it the whole way. And it's just exactly what I said. Don Sadusky, Richard Brose, Justin Michael, them guys all stayed out. Yep, they stayed out. Donald Sadusky, yep. So they will be the leaders. They made their final pit stop earlier, and they were running about 38 seconds behind that lead pack. So they've made their final pit stop. They're good to go from here.
The real question, Rudy, is going to be with about, 6-7 laps to go, are they going to have enough to keep the front runners out of the victory circle tonight? Because honestly, Lord, I don't know. Right now, I'm watching most of the drivers come off pit road. Yes, they all got fuel only, and they went right back out on track. They're determined to get to the front. I don't know if we're done tonight here.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to drag. Let's get a word in here with Justin Michael, and we'll talk to him about it.
Not.
Justin Michael, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, Rudy. How are you?
Well, you guys made your pit stop earlier, so you're good on fuel, correct?
Oh, yeah. We were just doing some strategy. It looked like it was going to work out for us. I think we were going to be ahead of everybody. I think that's the way the Delta was going to work. So, it still kind of worked out. We're still in the front.
Okay. Well, I know Justin. I know you're you're a patient guy, and you like to kind of sneak in there when everybody's kind of sleeping and grab the win. So you've been to Victory Circle a lot here at Super Speedways, I know. So what is the plan here? I know you got some guys you're working with there. You guys have been teamed up for quite a while now.
Yeah, I mean, we got the top 4 covered right now, so hopefully we finish that way. But we'll see. We'll see how the cards play at the end. But we said that as long as we don't wreck each other, we don't really care who wins.
Well, that's good. That's very good. That's a good team effort then. Honestly, that's awesome.
But I'll try to sneak one in there coming off turn 4. You never know.
Oh, heck yeah, man. You got to. If you didn't, I'd be disappointed, Justin. So it's been pretty good racing out there. Pretty clean today.
Yeah. It's always good to have a good long green flag run like this. We were, the way our pit strategy was working though, everybody was going to have to pit one extra time except us, so we were going to definitely finish 1, 2, 3, 4. But it didn't work out that way, so we'll have to race it out now.
I've seen that. You guys were making it about 25 laps on a tank of fuel, and so you were going to do it in 3 pit stops, where a lot of other people were going to do it in 3, but they were going to have to stop and take a splash of gas at the end.
Yeah, that's the way it was working out, it looked like, and that's why I was hoping it would go green to the end, because we would have just been laying back and just not wrecking each other for the win.
Well, there you go. Very good. All right, Justin. Well, good luck out there the rest of the race, and we'll talk to you. Hopefully, we'll talk to you soon in Victory Lane or on the podium.
Thanks, Rudy. I appreciate it.
All right. What room are you in with?
With Donald and Richie.
No. What room is that?
Guest room 1.
Oh, okay. All right. Richie. Okay. I didn't see Donald in there, though. All right, so Donald Sadusky is going to be our leader. Justin Michael will be starting on the outside of the front row. These 4 teamed up together here. Richard Gross and Kyle Kieselbach.
You know what they say, Rudy, about super speedways? They breed strange bedfellows, and we've got some, if you're looking at TeamSpeak, you're looking at how the drivers are on track. They're not lining up. And there you go, strange bedfellows.
Yep. Well, we're about to find out. I think they're going to get the 1 to go right here, so we're going to have 6 laps when we get the green. 6 laps to go.
Going to be an interesting finish to this one, guys.
And we've got 18 cars on the lead lap. Only 2 drivers out of the race. Sean Powell and Chris Hogue. Those are the only 2 out of the race, but we got several cars a lap down. Mark McFadden, which was our pole setter, he is in 19th, the first car lap down. Michael Johnson, also a lap down in 20th. Jimmy Crow, 21st, 1 lap down. Then we got a bunch of them here that are 2 laps down. Gary Whitmer, Dave Arcasia, whatever. Scott Colvick and Jesse Unruh. Those guys 2 laps down. All right, lights are out on the pace car, and we all know what that means.
1 to go.
Jimmy Crow's going to get one of his laps back. He stayed out. One to go. Well, this could be the final restart, providing everybody gets it up to speed here before they start making their dicey moves to get to the front or passing or go 3 wide. We've been seeing that. Ivan Garcia is up into the mix here, 5th. Donald Stewart, Edward Bray, these guys all had to pit for fuel. Rob Haynes, Lee Staples, Pat Rouchet. I haven't seen Pat Rouchet in, wow, 3 or 4 years since I've seen Pat Rouchet. Good to see him.
Yeah, and right now, Rudy, you got to think if you're in the top 15, you probably have a chance to win this race. There's enough laps here. You can make enough changes. And I'll tell you, the draft is going to play a point to this at the end of it, but you've got to get up to speed. You've got to get around the cars that you can. We're probably going to see some 3-wide action here.
I wouldn't be shocked to see 4-wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yep. Wouldn't be a bit
They
surprised.
might try to squeeze at 5, but I don't think that's going to work.
I did one race I seen one time. They had it 5 wide on the backstretch at Daytona, but it was quite a while ago. They were actually below the yellow line, going 5 wide. All right, here we go. This could be the final restart, folks. 2 cautions tonight for 100 laps. Pace car heading into pit road, and Donald Sadusky leading them to the green. And he sped up a little bit there, but I think they have to go on the green. I think that's one of the rules here that they do have, so that way nobody gets kind of snuck up on, you know.
Green flag.
And there's the green. We're underway here for the final 6 laps of the race here tonight, folks, and we will get word in with these guys after the race, and also Stephanie will come in here and tell us who won the money. Can't wait to find out who that is.
All right, that 25 machine of Donald jumped out to a nice little lead there, Rudy.
Yes,
With a little bit of help.
Justin Michael on the outside trying to get this. They're kind of the 4 of them teaming up together, trying to put a roadblock on the rest of the racers out there right now. Richard Brose, Kyle Kieselbach. Coming to 5 to go this time by. 5 more laps here, folks.
And so far on this restart, the inside line seems to have a slight advantage. The outside line is starting to gather it up, though. And I'm watching Ivan Garcia running 5th in that 72 Tide Ride. He has had one heck of a night. He's been involved in a couple of accidents, but he is out there running in 4th place.
Yeah, they keep switching up here. That outside line gets a run. He goes back to 5th. But keep an eye on Justin Michael because, he is in that outside. I think that's going to be it. I think that's no caution.
That could be it.
No caution.
No yellow as of yet.
No caution. Oh,
All
my.
the drivers involved in that doing a great job getting out of their cars, keeping this one green, Rudy.
Very nice. Very nice. And at the line, it was Don Stewart. Justin Michael has led some laps today. A couple of these guys up here have led laps. Richard Brose has led 3. Ivan Garcia has not led any laps yet today. Justin Michael, I was catching up with him here. He's led 4. Donald Sadusky's only led 8 laps today. All he's got to do is lead that last one.
Those top 4 look like they've got a rolling roadblock on the field right now, Rudy.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going for right now. They've got that roadblock going on. Nobody's going to get by them unless they go 3 wide. That's what it's going to take. Now, we did see the Dunkin' Donuts car up there, Ben Gear, and he keeps taking a look to the outside, but nobody's taking the bite there to go with him. He's not afraid to do it, and if he's going to do it, he better hustle because, boy, time's running out right now.
Oh, they're going to... One car diving out there now, 2 cars on the outside lane.
There we go. Yep.
Ben Gear was so fast on the outside line. Has to be happy that somebody else is going out there in front of him. Maybe this is his way to get to the top 3. We're going to be watching him all the way to the end.
Yep, Donald Stewart jumped right out there. He's not going to go alone, though, because the 68 of Rob Haynes, those two have been working together like crazy today. Coming to get 2 to go this time, and we knew it was going to come down to 3 wide. Now, if they can keep it clean and green, this is going to be an exciting finish here, folks. Donald Sadusky Richard Brose, Justin Michael, Ivan Garcia, and Kyle Kieselbach in the top 5 here, folks. This is going to get good. They'll be getting the white flag this time by, so, man, if you're going to do a move, you got to do it now. There it is. That's it right there. Sadusky will win it. Justin Michael second, Richard Brose third. Oh, my gosh. I don't know if I can go back. Let me go back and see if I can find out who Woodruff was in it. I seen that. Donald Stewart. Let's go back and take a look at this. We'll watch it from the far chase view. Woodruff was in it, but we'll try to figure out what happened here.
And I think you'll see the 66 going into the outside retaining wall.
There were 3 wide back here, but everybody seemed to be holding their line pretty well. Right here's where it started getting a little, 66 gets bumper hooked there by Lee Staples. If we go back just a little bit, let me get over here on Lee Staples, and it was just ahead of him. It was Edward Bray that got the bumper hook. We'll get down here a little bit closer where you can see. This is what we're talking about, the sawing and stuff here on these cars. And you can see that he just got that dreaded bumper hook right there off of Lee Staples. Spins him around, and he's going to go into the outside wall hard. Going to take a few guys along with him, though. Man, he hit hard. Those hits are a lot harder than y'all think they are, man. I'll tell you, if you watch that in real time, oh, it'd just make your skin crawl, I think. But Donald Sadusky will come home with the win. Congratulations to Don Sadusky. Awesome win.
Great job for him bringing it home in first there, Rudy. A great race all evening.
Yes,
Unfortunately, it ended under yellow, but they were racing hard for it.
All right, well, we'll get these guys up here and talk to them just a second, folks. So stay with me. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after we get them in the booth with us. All right, we caught up with the winner. Justin Michael. How did you win?
No, it's Donald. Don't worry about it.
That's what I thought, but this says okay. This is wrong. Yeah, it's all messed up there. But anyhow, Donald Stewart won. My bad. But Donald
Sadusky.
Or Donald Sadusky, I'm sorry. Donald, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, tell us about this win, and the 4 of you working in that pack. It looked like you were running a rolling roadblock out there for the rest of the field. That's probably what I'm sure that was what was planned. But tell us what this win means to you here tonight.
This win means a lot. Every win I have or I get goes to my kid Ryan, and this also win goes to Scott for what he's been going through. And You know what I mean? I'm just glad he sounds real good, you know, and just glad he's just getting better. And I hope the best and hope he gets better soon.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, it's not, you can go a long ways to say, you know, you only seen a couple of cautions in a 100-lap race at Talladega. You guys did an amazing job out there. We've seen 2 and 3 wide. We were kind of waiting for 4 wide. We were even talking about it there on that last restart with it. We might see that. I'm kind of surprised that we didn't, but if it would have stayed green there coming off of turn 4, we might have seen some tricky stuff. But you bring home the win here tonight, Donald. This is really good, man. This is awesome. And to do this for Scott, you know, for everything he's going through means a lot. And, man, I'll tell you, who you got to thank for all of this and for your victory?
Well, I'd like to thank all you guys, the broadcast and Scott, you know, everybody, all the admins, everybody involved. It was a blast, man. And like I said, this wins for Scott, my kid.
All right, very good, Don. We'll go celebrate that. We still don't know who's won all the money yet. We'll find that out here in just a little bit. But I guess if you want to hang out here, you can, and we'll get that information here as soon as we get done with these 3 interviews. So,
yeah,
right.
I like to thank the fans also and my painter, John Hendricks, over at Top Paints and Designs. Thank you.
Oh, okay, very good, very good. All right, well, we're going to go back to second place, Justin Michael. Matt, you want to take care of him?
Yeah, I got him there, Rudy. Justin, you had a really, really good car all night. Up near the front all night long. Made some good moves. You come home with second. Tell me a little bit how that truck was all night long.
Truck was fast. I mean, we always bring out, you know, a fast truck here to Talladega. Just really know how to work that air and, you know, kind of control the draft to our benefit. I mean, I grew up a Earnhardt fan, so everybody always said he could see the air, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I can't see it, but I definitely know how to, you know, kind of manipulate it into my favor. So we always try to run up front here, but you know, everybody put on a really good race, and I'm really glad we finished 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, y'all did a really good job just bucking down the first 4 positions there in the last few laps. It's a lot harder than people think it is to work together as a team that well.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, if you would have been in our on our radio, you would have heard us all talking, trying to, you know, stay in certain positions, do certain things, and just trying to keep us there 1, 2, 3, 4. So, as somebody used to watch one of my streams used to say, it sounds like you guys are a bunch of fighter pilots in there talking to each other.
That's great. That really is great. Anybody you would like to thank tonight?
Yeah, just everybody out there watching. You know, you guys for calling the race, and we're definitely thankful. You know, Scott's doing well. I know that, you know, me and Scott's had our differences in the past, and I think we've moved on from that. So I like Scott, and you know, Scott's a good guy, and I don't want to see anything bad happen to him. So I hope he you know, makes 100% recovery here real soon.
Alrighty. Well, once again, congratulations bringing it home in P2. Good job tonight, man.
Thank you.
All right, Chris, you got third.
All right. Well, third place, I'm trying to figure it out here. My screen is all messed up here.
It's Richard Bose.
Richard Bose, yeah. Well, for some reason, my screen's showing him second, but we're going to go on it. Richard, you got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4.
Hey, Richard. Hey, listen, you got third place finish here tonight. You got to feel pretty good about that. I know it's not first, but hey, third place, not too bad of a finish.
Well, towards the end of the race, the top 4 were just talking, let's just finish this thing together, stay together, and kind of keep everybody back. And whoever was in front was going to be, you know, either Justin or Donald. I wasn't going to look to pass anybody. And what's really funny is, I think it was the second pit stop, Donald and I got collected and got thrown in the grass, and obviously I had a 15-second penalty, which threw everything upside down, and basically I was just driving around the track, and thank God for that yellow. We got all packed up, and I'm a follow the leader kind of guy. Justin and Donald pretty much know the things to do with the tires and the gas and the fuel and the strategies of pitting early, like on lap 75. And I was so thankful for that, and I wind up seeing everybody around me, so I was just happy to be in the top 3, 4, 5 and push somebody to the lead. I wish it would have went green all the way, but I think we're happy with the results and that we did this race for Scott, and I wish him the best. And he started a great thing here with KMA Racing.
Yeah, and to that point, KMA Racing sponsoring the Scott Colvick race here tonight. So congratulations again on the third place. Anybody out there you want to thank?
Scott for creating and starting KMA and having the same guys come in every Saturday. And I'm a Speedway guy. Anything else, I just fall short of the mark. So it's just nice to be part of it and finish. These guys know I don't finish too much, but I finished tonight because it was a special event, and I'm happy to be part of it. Thanks.
All right, Richard Brose, driver of the 19, coming in third place tonight. Rudy, back to you.
All right, we got Stephanie in the booth with us here. Stephanie, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Well, you're going to run down through the items there that you need to discuss, so I'm going to just hand the floor over to you.
All right, hi guys. So I'm going to announce the winners, starting with 5th place and then going to 1st. The 5th place winner of the money is the car that was in position 13. The fourth place goes to position number 16. 3rd place goes to position number 5. 2nd place goes to position number 18. And 1st place goes to position number 8. Congratulations, guys.
Awesome. Very good. Very good. Well, we don't know exactly because our readings are all messed up here who they were. So it's really kind of hard to. That's 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Ben Gear in 8th place, I think. That's unofficial. That's not for me to call. But Dawn, I'm going to let you and Scott take it from here.
Well, I tell you what, I want to give a big shout out to all the guys tonight. 2 cautions on a speedway for 100 laps. Saw some great racing out here. Saw a lot of give and take. And as owner of KMA, tonight was my first night back in 8 weeks. And I tell you what, Ed, Joel, Chris obviously did a great job of taking care of things while I'm gone to come back to almost a caution-free race to come back and feel the love and the family of the benefit race. I want to give a big shout out to all the guys that took the time to come out here tonight and all the guys that had my back for the past 2 months and helped my family. I get choked up when I think about the brotherhood here at KMA, and it's like Justin said. Justin and I have had our differences, but I tell you what, all in all, we're all family. We're all iRacers, and I couldn't be prouder to stand with a bunch of guys as I do with KMA. And a big shout out to you guys in the broadcast. I'm going to go back and take a look at it. Possibly learn a few things myself. Guys, remember the KMA TV broadcast tomorrow for PAD, another great event. And a big shout out to Donald Stewart for putting all this together. How about it, Don?
Well, thank you, Scott. Thank you very much. First of all, let me get a little business out of the way. I got some sponsors I need to thank. I need to thank MaxSpeedTV for putting this on for us. Y'all did an excellent job. Every time you do a broadcast, it's always top rate, first class. Appreciate that, Rudy. GW Graphics, Black Talon Racing, and I need to thank Ted Ebenezer at Toxis Paint Shop for the banner that he made for us tonight. Pro Automotive, Diamond Graphics, and I want to give a big shout out to Kicking Asphalt for putting up the other $100 and with Stewart and Hovis Construction for tonight's payout. Awesome job with the guys tonight. I couldn't be more proud of the guys, how they showed the respect out there and showed the iRacing community what kind of drivers they really are. So thank you all, and we will figure out, I will get with the admins and we will figure out the exact finishing order, and I will let everybody know who got the money and take care of that.
Very good. Well, Don, thank you very much. And, I appreciate you contacting me about doing this. And, this is what I like to do. I love doing this stuff here, and especially for something that was so important for a brother in iRacing. Here's Scott, and you know, I don't know Scott that well, but I know him well enough that, you know, I know he does a little broadcasting, and he has an amazing league here at KMA, and which I am part of, by the way. I just never get time to race in it, you know, because I'm always broadcasting. But I wanted to thank you, especially though, Don, for getting a hold of me about doing this. I like to do stuff like this here. It's kind of a payback to the community, and shows that, you know, it's good PR, you know, for MaxSpeedTV that we do cover benefit races, and a lot of people do know that. Some people don't. I don't like to get like too crazy with it because it does take a lot of time. But man, it was great racing out there today. Only a couple of cautions and 100 lap. That's almost unheard of, you know, to see a 100 lap race go almost caution free. I mean, went 66 laps before we seen the first caution. You know, that's almost unheard of.
Yeah, I'm surprised, especially with the money involved.
Yeah.
But and we just want to thank God that Scott's with us. You know, just thank God that he's with us. You know, and he's getting stronger, and he's going to be back 100%. He'll be back in the broadcasting booth. It sure was good to hear you tonight, Scott, and it was awesome to race with you. We miss you, we love you, and we'll always stand behind you.
I appreciate that. You're going to get me all choked up here, Donald. Thank you. You know how I feel about everybody out there. You know, it's just a lot of love here.
And also, I want to say congratulations to Donald Sadusky on the win, Justin Michael, Richie B. Thank you, guys.
And also, my daughter Stephanie,
Yes.
for getting in contact with Donald and coming in and doing her thing tonight. That was my daughter Stephanie. Very proud of her.
Yes. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thanks, Steph. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, and thank you guys for everything you did.
All right, guys. Well, we really can't run down through the results because they got, for some reason, I think there was a glitch in iRacing or something there because it really threw everything off. But I can actually do. I could actually do it the old-fashioned way if it's right because we know how the results were. But yeah, see, it showed Justin Michael as a winner, so it's not right.
It was at 101, so when I passed, it was at 101.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with. I'm not going to disagree with the results. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there's only one winner, but we're all winners.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close out the broadcast. Thanks for watching tonight, folks. Until next time, stay safe and have a good night.